I did a credit internship in Geneva, Switzerland at the International Labor Organization. I worked in the Safe Work department. I did a lot of things involving labor inspection and the enforcement of different countries' labor laws and the ILO standards, as well as working on a safety conference based around promoting occupational safety and health in the workplace. Getting the opportunity to go to work at the International Labor Organization, it is a UN agency, is a huge opportunity that most people around the country really, we're the only undergraduates who actually get the opportunity to work at the ILO because of the relationship that ILR has with the organization.
I interned last year at the Solidarity Center, AFLCIO. It's the international branch of the AFLCIO, and I interned in Washington, D.C. And I worked in the Americas region, so my main projects were all focused on Latin America. The internship was definitely an integral part of my education at here at ILR, because I took the previous semester I had taken human rights, workers' rights as human rights with Professor Gross, James Gross, and it really brought my eyes open to a lot of the injustices that are going on around the world in terms of human rights and how they relate to workers' rights and how they're one and the same.
For my credit internship, I worked in New York City at the Equal Employment Opportunity Commission. It really confirms and cements the information that you learned in ILR. You can apply it to the internship. And then also, for all of my summer internship interviews, the interviewer always highlights the EEOC and asks about my experience.
Well, I worked for IBM in Somers, New York. I did a credit internship, which led to a summer internship, which eventually led to a full-time offer. Coming to Cornell, I knew I wanted to do HR, but I didn't really know what it entailed. So I think this HR experience really put that in perspective. Like, I knew what HR was coming out of it. I knew there were different functions within HR. It was a lot more complicated than I thought.
I interned at the Walt Disney Company in Orlando, Florida, and I was working as an intern in their labor relations department. You sit in the classroom and you listen to your professors and you read about it and you see other people doing those things. To be able to actually jump into that position and apply those theories, apply those concepts was really eye-opening and really solidified a lot of things for me.
I interned at the American Center for International Labor Solidarity, which is long for the Solidarity Center. It's based in Washington, D.C., but it has field offices all over the world, and I was placed in the Asia-Europe program, which it basically covers all of Eastern Europe and South Asia and Southeast Asia. Well, it really sparked my interest in the international labor movement. I had taken some classes here in ILR about the international labor movement, but not too in-depth, and that really immersed me in the different issues that are going on around the world and how you can engage the American labor movement with these international unions.
I did internship in sub-regional office of ILO, International Labor Organization, in New Delhi, India, and my main job was to collect and organize information about the child labor projects done in South Asia.
So I worked for IBM outside of Boston, about 40 minutes, at 3 different offices. One was in Westford, the other was in Littleton, and the third was in Burlington. One of the greatest things I think about my entire internship experience was that I really got to kind of delve into all areas of HR. My managers did a really good job of getting me exposed to all the things they were working on, as well as what their colleagues were working on.
For my credit internship experience, I went to Beijing, China, and worked for the ILO. I spent the semester there. I was a general intern, which was fantastic because then I got to work on all the different projects. I got to work in anti-trafficking, discrimination, industrial relations, and so I really got a very diverse experience when I was there. It was above and beyond the most important thing I did. It was a great way to take everything I've learned in the classroom and apply it in a real-world situation. So is honestly the thing I value the most of my undergrad education here at ILR was being able to participate in this program.